I lived in France for 12 years and I decided to leave. And I'm super happy that I left this country. And in this video, I will tell you exactly why. If you're looking for a job abroad and you are considering to live in France, here are a few things you should definitely know before considering to relocate in this country. First of all, the student life. I came to France in 2009 as an international student. I went to Rennes School of Business where I had the chance to do a master's degree in international marketing. My class was full of international students and most of us didn't speak any French. We had some French classes to help us with the integration though. But anyway, student life in France is very easy, fun, and it can be very rich as an experience. I have always been connected to the academic life or the academic environment in France. I've been a teacher and a career coach in many schools, and I can tell you for sure that if you are considering studying again to boost your professional development, France really is an excellent option. You can find here, for instance, 6 French business schools that are ranked top in Europe. And not only top schools if you're not looking for this, but there are also very, very good business schools all over France. So you have really a very large choice there. All the programs are offered in English. The price you pay is an excellent investment in yourself and it really pays off quite quickly. And there's one more thing. Usually you have to complete an internship at the end of the programs, which is an excellent way to get your foot into the job market. Plus, your student visa allows you to work part-time, but please check your visa status just in case. In my experience, studying in French was really the best transition strategy in my professional life. I graduated as an economist back there in Venezuela, and having the chance to study here in France, one of the most important countries in Europe, was definitely the catapult of my career as a consultant and later as a career coach. So if you ask me, yeah, I would do it all over again. Then you must be wondering, why did I leave France? Well, it wasn't because of my student life in France that I left. So stay with me, because you really need to get the full information about living and working in France. Second thing, the job market, dynamics and salaries. What do you need to know about this? Very important information again. The job market in France is very dynamic. There are usually many job positions in different sectors because there are many companies, many big groups and big investments that keep the market growing and developing. So obviously it depends on your sector of expertise, but I'm sure that if you start looking for opportunities, you will always find something here. The salaries in France are quite competitive. They are among the highest salaries in Europe, and I can tell you from experience that you can make a good living in France. Even if you're living in Paris, which is a very expensive city. So why is this? Well, as I said before, the market is very dynamic, and so people change jobs quite often and talents keep moving. And so in general, companies, not all of them, but in general, they like to make an effort to offer interesting packages to their employees. So what is tricky here? Well, most of the jobs in France are in French, because logically the French market is local. However, as I said before, there are many international companies, so that there are also many English-speaking jobs. The first job I had in France was fully in English. My boss was from the Netherlands and she didn't really like to speak French. And I remember I had amazing international colleagues and the local language was definitely not a barrier at all. But of course, and please keep this in mind, finding an English-speaking job in France when you're a foreigner has a challenge and you really have to have a strategy. So you can find right here below a couple of videos that will help you to understand how to position yourself in the market and especially how to approach the French market specifically. Have a look at them. These are resources that I built from my experience living and working in France, but also, and most importantly, as a career coach who has helped many international professionals relocate in France. So trust me, this information is going to be really useful. You cannot go wrong with your strategy when you know what you're looking for. And understanding your market is key to finding the good opportunities there. Although France seems like a close-minded country in terms of culture, there are many ways in which you can build your professional life there. That I can assure you. And of course, in my case, I didn't want any corporate life, and being part of the traditional job market is not something it lasted long for me. Very quickly, I moved to something different, entrepreneurial life. I quit my fixed contract and I created my coaching practice. So this is the third thing I want to tell you about France. Entrepreneurship and freelancing. In a country that is very dynamic, there are also many opportunities if you're looking for freedom. My advice is that you make sure that you already have a European passport or a permit that allows you for all professional activities. There are also some investment visas. If you come with the money muscle for it, of course, you can go ahead. In any case, building a freelancing activity or even creating your own company is an excellent choice in France as well. And France is actually the easiest country in Europe to become a freelancer, since you only have to create a status, a legal status that is called micro-entreprise. You can also hear about it mostly as auto-entrepreneur, which allows you to invoice your clients very quickly, but you don't have to pay any taxes or social charges until you get paid, which is quite easy to start building a career as an independent or as a freelancer in France. Another thing, networking is an excellent practice to get to know your product, your services, your offer, and doing networking in France is a normal practice, it's very easy. People take it very professionally. Now, what is the downside of this? Well, you have a ceiling of earnings, and when you reach that ceiling, you actually have to build an actual company status. And here is where the French government takes a lot of your money. But hey, if you reach that ceiling and you create that actual company, it means that you're having a very profitable business and it needs to keep growing, so that's not a problem. Alright, so all this sounds very good. So why did I leave? To be honest, I left because it was time to reinvent myself. I'm from Venezuela, I had lived in Germany, I lived in France for longer than I thought. It was time for me to move again. And Spain, for personal reasons, was a good choice. So I'm challenging myself to boost my career and to reinvent my coaching practice, because it is possible. No matter where you come from, no matter what your story is, it is always possible to start over, to rebuild and to reinvent yourself. And I'm here to prove you that exactly. Now, if you're liking this content, please remember to like it, to share it, and most importantly, come back for more content to help you boost and reinvent your career. And if Europe is your destination, then obviously subscribe to this channel because there's more content about this. Big kiss and see you in another video.